It all started somewhere around seventh or eighth grade in middle school. It was right around the time when most Catholics go through a sacrament called confirmation. It's where you confirm your baptismal rights and you become an adult member of the church. And I remember very vividly having to write an essay to the bishop. Why do I want to be confirmed? Why should I be confirmed? Why is this important to me? And I couldn't come up with anything. Because religion never was important to me. I never cared so much. It's just something I thought everyone did. You know, I did not know non-belief was an option. I didn't know other beliefs were an option. It was always there, and it's something you did every Sunday. I mean, so I was always scientifically minded. I was the nerd in school. I had a biology textbook, model rockets. I loved astronomy. My entire life was science, all through grade school and high school, and so that was pretty much where the basis of my skepticism might have come from. But yeah, I remember vividly in 8th grade trying to write that essay and I just couldn't. But everybody got confirmed, right? So group think, yeah, I'm gonna go get confirmed too. It's what's expected of me. And then I went to high school and I started to look into alternative faiths a lot more. And before I became atheist or anything, I was really looking for alternative belief structures. Like somehow I just couldn't get the idea that I don't need a God. That hasn't come up yet, and that was it was difficult trying to find a faith that matched my core beliefs but still had some sort of superior being. And so what I eventually came across was Buddhism, sort of more Americanized liberal Buddhism, where the concept of God wasn't a superior being. It was metaphorical existence, sort of weirdish thing. Right. So after that, I was Buddhist for 3 or 4 years. I consider that part of my atheism stage, because one of the first tenets of Buddhism is the Kalama Sutta. Don't believe anything based on what you hear. Look for it by yourself, and that's what I did. All my meditations I did was just trying to answer things, figure out how things work. So around junior year of high school, so this was 4 or 5 years ago, is when I really figured out that I don't believe in a God. I think that everything we see in reality is completely inconsistent with a all-knowing, all-powerful being. So pretty much every form of God that we humans can think of has gone out. And I mean, when people ask me, well, could there possibly be a God? I mean, as a man of science, I have to say, well, I can't discount the possibility, but it's definitely nothing we've ever thought of or heard of before.
Your specific Christian God, no?
No, definitely not. Maybe something, some force, and that I'm giving very little, slim to no probability to.
Commands you on how to live your life.
Oh, absolutely, obviously, because that would be inconsistent with reality that we see. Doubt is unbelievably important. I remember when I was in church and I was continuously taught that I'm not good enough. I'm a sinner. I'm not good enough for God. I deserve hell. That's what it's been, and I learned it in so many different languages, including Latin. And it was just memorization and regurgitation of mantras, and that gets to you. And I've been there, and I know how that feels. But you have to recognize that it's okay to not believe. It's one of those. I have trouble finding how people find this to be such an issue. As far as I'm concerned, this is a non-issue. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a good person, if you're a loving individual, if you're caring, lovable, charitable, if you do good deeds, I see no reason why anybody, even if you came out as an atheist, would give you that much trouble. I mean, it's one thing if you become as fervent as I was and I start arguing with family members, and I got to be a little offensive. I understand that might occur, but you also have to understand where the religious people are coming from. They were in the position you were in. I'm sure that they too once doubted, but they got their answers from a priest or from a family member, and that grew on them. And that's okay. I mean, that's their answers. And it's okay to have different answers. And I just want to tell you that it really does get better, especially in college. Work hard try your best to get into college. That's where ideas flourish, and you can really, really fully develop yourself and your philosophy and everything you believe in. My name is Captain Cuddles. Arr. I have been atheist for roughly 6 years now, and it gets better. We are atheism.